Hello boys and girls, and welcome to a brand new episode. It is episode 14. It is the penultimate episode of this series. We are rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for following along so far. And second last week of training went very, very well in some places and not so good in other places. So day one started off great. We're working up to a single on squats. And again, in my mind, I had anywhere from 235 to 240 in my mind for today. So this is my second last warm-up at 200 kg. Again, that moves very, very well. I must say, like, squats are feeling comfortable, they're feeling good. I'm in a good groove with squats. Ever since I moved my grip out a little bit, I feel like I can shelf the bar a little bit more, and it feels a little bit more comfortable. The only thing that's a little bit annoying now at the moment is my left hip has been a little bit buggy since failing that 270 for 2 deadlift. So I've been dealing with a little bit of discomfort there, but working around it, doing the mobility, doing the stretching, doing what I have to do to get on with it. So I did something that I haven't done before, and I jumped from 220 kg straight up to 235. I said, hey, let's throw my hat in the ring. And this was a very good call. This was a great jump. It felt very comfortable. It felt much better than last week. And I move it much better with a lot more confidence and a lot more positioning as well. So what I mean by a lot more positioning, I meant to say it felt much better on my position. Felt like I could drive for days. So we backed on down to 175 kg and we hit some reps of this. I believe it was a 3x3. Again, after top single work, you don't need to do like a load of volume, but seeing as it's coming into taper week, we're tapering off the volume in the hopes that my body recovers and it can bounce back even better on test day. So 175 kg. Again, what I want to focus on here, obviously it's light. I just want to focus on positioning, bracing as hard as I can, and not treating the weight as light as it is, if that makes sense. So I'm respecting the weight. Always respect that tin, boys and girls, and that tin will respect you. So that was my final set there. Buzzing, happy out, not a bother on me. So we moved into bench press after this. So with last week's 170 kg single, I felt very comfortable, and I had a number in mind today, and let's just say it was fun. You've seen from the intro that we got there. So bench has been popping off despite having a little bit of uncomfortableness in the elbow and the shoulder. I somehow managed to strain it on that pin squat, but I've been working around it, making sure we're good. So we hit 150 there, 160. We went straight from 160 to 170. And this felt great. As soon as I pressed that there, I knew 175 was on. And 175 kg is an all-time PO for me. So just enjoy the setup here. Enjoy the single. So that was entertaining, huh? As you can see, maximum hype. I had the tunes hopping, I was pumped and I was amped to hit that. Now, there is an element of danger when it comes to unracking the bar for a heavy single and being on your own. So this is something that I don't recommend for anybody who's new to training or new to bench press. Even me, it takes a long time to understand where you're going to be at and how things are going to rock and roll. So just be cautious when it comes to that. So after that, we backed on down to 120 kg for some triples, and we called it a day. Hello and welcome to day 2. Woo, woo, woo. So This was actually Wednesday, so training got pushed forward a day, just because of different stuff going on in the week. So if I'm super honest with this one, I genuinely didn't feel like getting in the gym on this day. I had zero motivation, I had just zero fire, I had zero desire. Jeez, I'm rhyming away here, I'm a legend. I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. But I didn't feel it. I didn't want to train, to be honest. And despite like what you see on social media from a lot of people who are fitness professionals at the moment, they are not all up there all the time. None of us can be. So what I've learned to do over the years is lower the barrier of entry to days like this, where I have those mixed feelings of just not really feeling bothered or feeling in the mood. So what I did was, I just told myself I was going to deadlift today, and just deadlift. So I had a single to work up to at 200 well, you'll see. So I'm working up in warm-ups here. So I had 200, we're hitting 220 or 230 here now. Again, that left hip is still bothering me a little bit. I'm doing a lot in the warm-up to kind of make sure it's not happening. I'm doing a lot outside the gym to make sure it's not bugging me, but it's still a little bit of a problem. I've adjusted my setup ever so slightly. So we finished up with that final single at 255. Here's my top single, 270. So that was my top single at 270 kg. Again, it's a little bit frustrating because I know the power is there, but every time I go to push my feet through the floor and drive the barbell off the ground, my left hip gets very uncomfortable and I get this kind of like helicopter effect. So I'm very excited, even though I'm not at 100%, I'm very happy to be moving them kind of weights for singles. So we just deadlifted, as I said, we finished up at 200 for sets and reps, and that was it. We called it a day. Here we are, it's day 3. It's pin squat day, boys and girls. So we took Thursday off, we whacked on into it on Friday, and we had a top single to work up to on pin squat, and good session so far, or good session should I say. Nice and casual, you know, got the hat on, got the strong as fuck t-shirt on. So the thing I found with pin squat is it's really, really helping me maintain position in that midway point on the way up in the squat. So again, I'm trying to be as controlled as possible here in the descent and land as comfortable as I can. So we hit 200 for a second warm-up single, dingle, 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 and then we went straight into 220 kgs, boys. Now this was last week's single, but I had something tasty in mind for today for a single on pin squat. So we hit this final single at 220, and I was very, very comfortable, very, very happy with that, to move on up to 230 kg for a pin squat single PR, should I say. But again, I ain't going to count these variation lifts, it only counts on the main lifts. But again, this just felt very, very comfortable. It felt very good. And overall position feels very comfortable. My hip feels good on this day as well, and I think it just, again, not going down to that full depth, it kind of helped it a little bit, but it also felt much better throughout the day, throughout the week after this as well. So I was able to move, and bogey, the shapes never finish, lads. The shapes never finish. We're always rocking and rolling with the shapes. Look at this hips, look, boom, 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 baby. So we finished. We finished up after pin squats. We whacked on into some. Oh, hey, Jesus, the hips on that. Who let him out, lads? So we finished the pin squat single. We racked on down to 180 kg for some sets and reps. Actually, no, sorry, I lied there. We only hit one set at 180 kg. I believe this is for 4 reps. I thought I would just change the angle of the dangle for you. So once we finished the 4 here at 180 kg, again, like, you're going to be a little bit taxed after hitting a heavy single as well. So just don't be messing around with trying to go too heavy on the back offs. Just stay in your lane and work on position, work on control, and work on all the other things that are outside of moving that heavier weight. So we finished on up here and we went in to some bench press. We hit some long pause bench press from the day before, from my deadlift day. So what I did was I just took out the bench press from deadlift day and I racked it on in here. So we hit 150 kg for a set of 4 long pause. And this is very, very good. It felt comfortable. Now, again, there's a little bit of discomfort there with my elbow, but I'm working on that. It's getting better and I'm improving it every single day. So I have figured out the cause and the solution for that problem. So again, don't run away from these things when they happen to you. You know, it's very easy to run and hide, but take it on the chin, accept what it is for what it is, if that makes sense, and just do what you can to fix it and help it. We backed on down to 140 kg, again, which felt good, and we finished up with that. We had a small few accessories after that, and we finished up before going into day 4. So day 4 rolled around and I didn't want to put my hip under any more stress, so I didn't do any pause deadlifts. I just did my bench press. So this is my bench press warm up here. We had close grip bench press on here, so we did 10 rope rows, again just getting the rear delts firing, the back moving, and we did 10 lat pulls with the rope. Again, if you're bench pressing, the base on which your arms sit is your back. If all the muscles are firing and you're ready to rock and roll, plus the little bit of a pump helps you as well, you will have that much more of a base to press off. As you can see, it's casual day as well. We ain't doing no things with the short shorts today. We have the cargo pants, we have Mr. Space Jam on deck, and we're rocking and rolling. So today the crack is we're working up to a set of 4 with close grip bench press, and I'm just going to show you, seeing as I wasn't deadlifting, I'm going to show you the whole warm-up process. So we hit the empty bar. Now again, the thing about it is you need to move the empty bar with some venom. You need to move it with a little bit of power, you know, focus. You need to move the lighter stuff like you would move the heavy stuff. You need to switch on and get going. There's no point in switching on just when it gets heavy. There's absolutely 0 point. So today, this is feeling good, it's feeling comfortable. I'm not really getting much jippo from my elbow or my shoulder, right? So we hit this last single at 140 kg. Now, as you'll see, when I went down to the chest there was a little bit of waggle with the elbow and it felt slightly uncomfortable. 150 felt better than 140, believe it or not. So I said, right, 155 should be there for a 4. So, setting up for this, I was very, very confident in my ability to hit this for a close grip set of 4, which I believe would have been a small PR for me. So you'll see what happens here. When I unrack the bar, it feels very comfortable. The first rep absolutely flies, you'll see here now. And it felt good, right? But what happened after rep number 2 is it felt like somebody just took a drain and just started draining me. I had no power left. So I did number 3 there and I was like, if I go for a 4th, I might not get it. So what I did was I sat up, took a wee second, took a wee breather, and I set up again. Now, this can happen. Don't panic, don't stress. I just reset the startup process and got it. Now, I was very confident that I would have got this for the last rep. So I just wanted to hit it anyways, just for myself, for my own sake. Sometimes you just have to be a wee bit selfish. So After this, you'll see here now, it moves okay, I guess. The thing about it is as well, is my wraps were on for a little bit longer than they should have there, so my fingers were starting to lose a wee bit of power. So we backed on down to 135 kg after that, and we hit this for 2 sets, I believe. So it felt comfortable after this. It was just that top set where I got a lot more uncomfortable, but it's starting to feel better as the days and go on. So we're working, we're doing the mobility outside of training, we're doing the movement stuff and working on the areas where we're weakest, and that's all I can say. That's all you can do, you know. You can't do much more than that, you can't ask for much more than that. So we finished that up and we moved into some back work. So this has become one of my favourite back movements of this training cycle. So we have a slightly supinated lat pull down with the V grips, like the mag type grips. So these are completely thumbless and gripless, so you can focus more on pulling with your elbow and contracting your back. That was it, folks. We finished up this week strong. Next week we have a good week ahead of us, and here is what I had to say to finish out the episode. Woo! What is happening, you legends? So that is it for episode 14. Next week marks the finish, the finale of this series. Episode 15 will be dropping slightly later in the week next week. Just we'll be putting together the footage for that. So thanks for watching episode 14. Thank you for following along on the journey so far. We're out here getting some steps in, reflecting on the weeks just gone. And as you see, we hit a 235 kg single on squat this week. We hit a 175 kg single on bench press and a 270 kg deadlift. Now, honestly, I would prefer to be a little bit more ahead than where I am on my squat and deadlift. But these things happen. This is where it goes. You know, you just got to deal with what you got to deal with, and certain things will unravel. You know, so it is what it is. We're going to keep pushing forward and keep driving all the way to the end and finish this out. If there is any bit of kind of advice I would give to anybody who has had this happen before, where they've been in the middle of a training cycle or they've been in the middle of like a training period coming up to an event and it doesn't seem to be going quite to where they plan. The thing about it is you're in control, so try to control the elements as best you can and tick the boxes as best you can. Where you will be on the day will be where you will be on the day. That's just it. You know, there's nothing else. So control, just finish the race. So you can expect to see me control some bad shapes next week. And as the goal with this first cycle was the total 685 kg plus. Now, if I'm completely honest, there was a moment where I was like, 700 is going to be easy. And the moment you get ahead of yourself is the moment where you shoot yourself in the foot. And that's, you know, something that I've learned just this time around. Don't get ahead of yourself. So, as I said, next week will be the finale. We'll see where we're at. We'll reshuffle the deck and get after it again. There will be a season 2. Yeah, boy. So thanks again for watching. Appreciate all the love, all the support, all the comments I'm getting. And that's it for episode 14. Next week, we go to work. Peace. Stay strong. Stay safe. Woohoo!